Alright, so I have been thinking about recording this video for quite some time now, but I just haven't gotten around to it, and I feel like if I don't just go ahead and record this now, I'm never. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to talk about my Thinkpad T440p and everything that I've kind of done to it, and then kind of what I plan on doing to it. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, let me go over here and grab this little box because I've got some stuff in here. This little box right here. So here's the ThinkPad. I've gone ahead and taken the battery out of it just to show it off, so because I won't be able to do it with one hand. It is easy to take out. You just pull these clips, but you know, doing both of those with one hand, too difficult. I also loosened up the screws for the back plate here, or not loosened above. I took out the two. This back plate only takes two. It's pretty easy to plop it out. Now, when I got mine, I ordered mine and this was like grade B from the seller on eBay. And a lot of these plastic clips on the bottom were broken. And so you can kind of see I just super glued some of them back on. Like this one's really easy to tell. You can see how the super glue kind of like turned white right there too. You know, that one's one that hasn't been broken. But I do have this weird, not weird because I know why it's happening, but if I put this back on here and slide it up, you'll see that it actually lines up perfectly up here, but up here not so much. It's got like probably like, I don't even know what that is, like a quarter of a millimeter where it doesn't line up. I can still put the screw in and it's fine, but it's because of me having to super glue this little clip right here back on. And you can see I had to do it twice, so I got some gunk on there, so it doesn't, when it goes in down here, it doesn't slide in perfect. So it's got just a little bit of catch, so it doesn't go perfectly back on there. Like there's a little, just a tiny bit where it doesn't go on there. I could fix that and clean it up with like a file, but I'm lazy. So here's what I've got in here right now. And let me go through everything that I've done down here in the bottom first. Let me just set this right here. All right, so first things first, you'll see there's no hard drive in here. One of the things that I plan on doing is attaching on another one of these coolers and running it like the heat pipe. Like I'm gonna have to reshape the heat pipe, but get it over onto this thing here, and I'm gonna probably cut off right here this little bit of plastic, scrape off that black paint there where I get it down to just the copper, and I'm going to connect it up and have this cooler over here. And then I'm going to have to do some more modifications to here to get some airflow going here and out this side right here. So it's going to require some heavy modification for that, but that's one thing that I want to do eventually. Because I did upgrade the CPU. It comes with an i5 4300M is what I got in this this unit, and I replaced it with an i7 4910MQ quad core, and this thing, it pumps out a lot of heat and it gets really hot. And you'll see I actually have the modified version. You can see there's nothing underneath this little cooler here, but this cooler goes to the one with an NVIDIA chip. I was able to find a lot of two heat sinks and this one for 15 bucks on eBay. And these coolers alone normally go for like 40, 50 bucks. So that was a steal of a deal, like great deal. And so I was able to get this in here. It was a little warped, so you can kind of see I had to do a little bit of bending to the heat pipe. So I probably broke it if we're being honest, but it cools just fine. So it's actually better than the heatsink it came with. So I guess I didn't do too much damage, but it was just like awkwardly shaped. I'm gonna assume something happened to it in shipping, but it works. It's good. And with that extra heat pipe going up there and that extra like cooler, it just adds thermal mass, so it's able to soak up a little bit more heat. You'll see over here, I've got 8 gigabytes of Mac memory. This is not what the laptop came with another 8 gigabytes, but this right here actually has the same speed and lower cast latency, like shorter, tighter timings, I guess is how you say that. So I went ahead and put this in here. I've got 16 gigabytes on the way, so eventually I'll have that in here. But for now, 8 gigabytes has been fine. And up here, I plan on putting, this is like an M.2 SATA slot. Now it's only 2242, so it's not like your big long regular NVMe drives. It's the half short one. So I can put that in there. I plan on getting one in there. And here I have replaced the DVD caddy with this hard drive caddy, which I could take out the screw right here and plop it out. But I've got a 1 terabyte SSD in here. And pretty much that's all the like nitty gritty that I've done in here on the bottom so far. But let me go ahead and I'll put that back plate back on there and we'll flip it over. So on the top, oh, let me get this open. It's hard to do with one hand because it's actually, you know, like a sturdy laptop. But I did buy a backlit keyboard to put in here. This is the non-backlit keyboard, the one that I ordered for. It had a screw missing. It was like warped. Like it was bad. But the seller immediately refunded me. Like as soon as I told them I had a problem with it, they immediately refunded me. So I can get another one, and I probably will be. But so far, I mean, I haven't felt like the overwhelming need to go get a backlit keyboard. I like this keyboard design over the original like IBM keyboard design only because I do have the ability to get backlit versions of it, and I don't feel that this is that big of a downgrade compared to the IBM one. Like it is a chiclet style keyboard, but if I was going to use a chiclet style keyboard, this is the best. Like there's none better. And the track point, like dude, if you haven't had a ThinkPad yet and you like look at the track point, you're like, that looks cool, I'd like to have one. It's kind of how I was for a long time. I'm like, it's cool, I'd like to have it, but it's probably going to be one of those things I don't use that often. No, it's awesome. Like it's the way that you should interact with a keyboard or with a mouse on a laptop. Like it's just way better. I don't feel the need to bring around a mouse unless I'm going to be like playing Zero AD or Xenotic or something like that. Like if I'm going to be like gaming on the go, I'd bring a mouse with me. But I mean, for general computer usage, TrackPoint is perfection. It's so good. So we've got that, which I mean, I will probably be putting a backlit keyboard in this thing very, very soon. This model also came with the fingerprint reader. If you're using Linux or something like that, I'm sure that would work. Like I have completely disconnected it because not only am I not going to use it, I also have it disabled in BIOS. I am a firm believer that this method of like authentication and security is atrocious and like just you shouldn't use it. Like it's nifty, it's cool, but you shouldn't use it because you think you're being more secure. That's my viewpoint on fingerprint sensors. Also, as far as I know in OpenBSD, I wouldn't even be able to use this thing for anything practical anyway, so why keep it around? And then this right here. This is the major upgrade to this model. You get the newer touchpad with buttons, okay? It comes with this thing right here. Well, I'm saying this is the major upgrade. It really is the screen is the major upgrade, but this is either matching it or a close second, because it's very important. This model, the T440p, was like, I believe the first one to switch over to using these like flat trackpads, and this thing sucks so much. You could not believe how much this thing sucks. For one, it looks like more modern and nicer than this one. So you're like, no, I mean, everyone online says that these are worse. And I mean, Lenovo did switch back to these, but I mean, it looks nice. This is not a glass touchpad. This is not like some nice modern flat. It is hella inaccurate. The button pushing and using the buttons, it feels like donkey water, like you're touching donkey water. It's atrocious. It's so bad. So if you're going to get a Thinkpad T440p or any ThinkPad, you've fallen in love with a different model and it comes with this, get rid of it. So I'm sorry, I'm holding it like really awkward and like at an angle. Get rid of this crap. Like it costs like 25 bucks to get one of the ones with these buttons. Spend the money, get the one with the buttons. You can thank me later. You will appreciate and love it. And it, like when you take it out of here, like you'll have to take the front bezel off. Don't be like me. Okay, you can see this crack right here. I had to super glue this back because I, like an ape, like grabbed it and just like went like that. And like, because everything else was coming off so easy. So I was like, I'll just like give it good pressure. And I just went like that and pulled straight up. And don't do that. Like, just don't be an ape taking the front bezel off and you'll be fine. Because as you can see, I took off this, here's the screen it came with. Not that you could see it, but here's the screen it came with. I took off the front bezel here and it's fine. It did not break. This is actually the thing that most people break because it's very delicate. I didn't break it because I was gentle and took my time going around the edge and just unclipping it. Was super easy to take off. Just don't think that this is more sturdy than that and be an ape with it. You will break it. I'm not really upset with it because this, I plan on painting and like plasti dipping the shell anyway. So this right here, just a light sand over it and a cover, like her covering it with a plasti dip. You'll never notice it, so I don't really care. But yeah, just fair warning. But the display, this one came with this one is, I believe, the 1366 by 768 TN panel. So it's a lower resolution than full HD. And the viewing, like this color and viewing angle sucks so unbelievably much. It is not good. So the 1080p panel I put in here is much better. The viewing angles are great. This actually looks like a very modern, really crisp display. I mean, obviously, you're not getting 120 hertz or, let's see, 120 hertz, like 2K. Like, no, you might be able to get model, like LCDs to like go in there. They're probably not going to like line up with the screw holes or be a perfect match, but I'm pretty sure I've heard people like putting like a 2K or a 120 hertz display in a ThinkPad T440p, but I don't think you need to. There's a lot of 1080 displays out there that are verified working. Mine was $50 on eBay. So all in all, with the laptop and the heatsink lot that I got, the new display, touchpad, the keyboard I bought, even though it's not in here right now. And let's see, what else did I buy for it? I think that's pretty much it. We'll call it right there. But like all of those extra upgrades and everything that I've talked about, I was in $330 for the laptop. So if you count back the refund, it's pretty much an even 300, shipping, tax, everything for the laptop and all the upgrades. So it's a cheap laptop. It's not necessarily modern, but I mean, if you're looking for something that you can secure, that can actually be upgraded and really made to be your own, this laptop's perfect. And I mean, also too, the performance is not bad. Especially after upgrading it to the i7, it can keep up. It's not going to be the best device for like, super fast renders or, like bleeding edge browsing with like the most bloated web apps and stuff. Sorry, I've taken the sheets off my bed to wash the bed, and Buddy has decided that he's going to push everything off the bed that was on there and play around. So, but yeah, that's pretty much everything. I will say I did show off these resistors, and inside of here, I believe, let me see, this is my power. Yep, here we go. So this right here is a USB-C power PD trigger module. This thing right here, it's got 2 positive, 2 negative, or I think I'm getting that backward, 2 positive, 2 negative terminals. And it's got these little solder points on it that you can change the voltage that it's going to output from the USB-C that it gets. By these ones that I ordered are they come 25 volts, or excuse me, 20 volts out of the box. So for laptops like this, and I've already done the modification to this bad boy right here. You can see I did a terrible job at it, but that's barely stuck in the laptop at an angle. But I can plug this laptop up, and this is my first laptop I ever had, the Acer netbook, Acer Aspire 1 netbook. But it works just fine. It charges great. And so all I've got to do is put this, I'm going to take apart the laptop, which I'm probably going to do this after recording this video, but you've got the Ethernet on this side, and then over here you have the actual power port. And somebody online has already done this modification, and he says it's pretty much perfect for it. So I'm going to take out the connector here, remove the internal bit. It's got like kind of like a metal frame around it. Remove that, and then I'm going to super glue in the USB power trigger module inside of the connector. And I have to have this resistor here because one of the positive leads inside of the laptop requires some resistance. These are, I believe, are 470 ohm resistors. But you take one of these, you put it on I believe it's a white wire that comes out of the connector, and that tells the laptop that it's like a official charger or whatever. So I'm going to be doing that today. A little bit of light solder work. You can also see one of the reasons I also want to like fix up the laptop and everything is it's got some gunk in here on the back vent I need to clean up. And also I'm going to do a light sanding work on it and then plasti dip it. Because plasti dip you can kind of like peel off if you need to. It doesn't easily come up, but you can peel it off and have it be like one layer. So it's really easy to take apart the laptop and then paint it with a plasti dip, and use an X-Acto knife, which I've got one right here, and cut out the Thinkpad logo, Lenovo logo, and the one on the inside as well. So that's going to be my next like little chore and task I'm going to do. But when I'm done with this laptop, I'll have one that's actually mine. It's heavily customized, and just in general, I really have enjoyed like not just owning a ThinkPad, but like modifying it and tinkering with it. It's probably been like just the most fun device I've ever had. And I don't know, it's really cool that I can modify pretty much every single thing about the laptop. My eventual goal with this laptop, because it has that open hard drive slot, the one in the disk drive slot, and that M.2, I eventually would like to get this laptop up to being around like 12 terabytes in storage. So I have just like this massive storage beast that's secure, locked down with OpenBSD, has removed the Intel management engine, runs a custom like either LibreBoot or Core Boot, and overall just have a very secure, portable workstation. That's, I mean, granted, a 4th generation i7 is not exactly what you'd call a workhorse, but it can keep up, especially if your programs are made right. and, you know, not literally bloated as hell. It's going to be great. Now, I mean, I wouldn't use this for like heavy video production, even though I am making videos with it, but like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of effects and a whole bunch of stuff. Like, no, it's not meant for that. But for productivity tasks, especially if you're running Linux, like OpenBSD is not really focused on performance. So it's not like I'm getting the best performance in general. Like it's just not the point of OpenBSD. But on Linux, this is a very solid computer, especially for most people. I think it'll probably be exactly what you need. Um, Probably not a whole lot more than you need, but especially if you need a good productivity machine to get stuff done, and you're going to do like some light gaming, like some Stardew Valley occasionally, like stuff like that. Like this machine is literally perfect. You're going to save a ton of money, and you're going to have a product that like actually sticks around with you. This computer is 12 years old, and I firmly believe after I get it set up and configured the way I really like it, I will probably have a ThinkPad T440p for the next probably 8 years. Like I will probably be sticking with this for years to come. I love this computer. I also would like to start making and modifying T440Ps for other people. I'd like to do like custom orders like that, start like a small business that just messes around with ThinkPads because I like it that much. So, yeah. Let me know what you think. If you've got your own ThinkPad, you're doing something really cool with it yourself, please share the details. I'm interested in getting ideas and, just listening to what others are doing with theirs. So, yeah, hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.